kids. Now, just before we get started on today's episode, kids, let me just remind you about our merch items available on our website, like our mini Aussie hat made just for kids' heads. One of my favourites, Aussie socks, with a nice little message reminding you to always stay keen. You can get yourself a sweatband, just like Aussie's, but even cooler, with Aussie's logo. Or a mini replica Aussie tee made just for you kids. Or, brand new to our website, is our personalised video message made just for you from Aussie. Right now available on our website, aussieforkids.com.
Aussie, 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 oi. Aussie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day Aussie. G'day Aussie. G'day Aussie. G'day Aussie.
G'day kids, it's Aussie here. Now I'm a little bit extra excited today because it's almost the best time of the year, my favourite time. That's right, it's almost Christmas time. So we need to get our tree set up. We need to decorate it. Sometimes you get a tree from the shop and you can put it all together. Sometimes you get a real Christmas tree. That's why today we are right here at Willie's Christmas Tree Farm, in amongst these beautiful trees. And we're going to walk through, find the perfect one for us, and we're going to chop it down, take it home and set it all up, get in the Christmas spirit. So kids, come with me, let's find the perfect tree at Willie's Christmas Tree Farm. Woo! Look at this kids, Christmas trees as far as the eye can see. Check them out as we're walking through them. I'm going to give you some fun facts. Now this type of tree is called, there you are, this type of tree is called Pinus radiatus. Now in there is the big trunk, and sometimes, or very often, that's used to build furniture in and around houses all around the world. But this tree is found everywhere around the world. And here at Willie's Christmas Tree Farm, they shape them into these perfect shapes so that they look absolutely amazing when decorated with all that tinsel, the lights, the baubles, and sitting in your living room or wherever it is that you set up your Christmas tree. And of course, then you put the presents underneath. So I need you to help me find the perfect Christmas tree. Oh, there's some tall trees, isn't there? This place is amazing, kids. It's in Western Sydney, Willie's Christmas Tree Farm, and you can just walk around like I am with mum and dad, grandparents and grown-ups in your life, and choose the most perfect Christmas tree for you. Because you've got to remember, some trees are probably too tall for the house you live in. Some might be a bit short, and you just got to find whatever is perfect for you. These trees here are about 5 years old. They've been growing for 5 years, and do they grow in this perfect Christmas tree-like shape? Great question, kids. They don't. These trees sometimes have crazy branches going out to the side. So twice a year, they get trimmed. Every tree that you can see, as far as you can see around Willie's, these trees are trimmed to keep them growing in that perfect shape. So let's see if we can find the perfect tree for us. Oh Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, are you the perfect Christmas tree for me? Not quite. Oh, this one's nice. Just imagine it. The baubles, tinsel, some lights going around it, and then of course, some presents under there. Something not quite right about that one. I think we're getting closer. From that direction, or I've got to go this way. I've got to turn left, and then I've got to back where I started. I'm getting lost, kids. There's too many Christmas trees. I've lost count too. I'm up to like 4. I've seen 400 Christmas trees. There is so many Christmas trees here. Few flies here, because remember kids, I'm in Australia, and Australia at Christmas time is actually quite warm. That's right, so for you kids in Northern America, other parts of the world, snowing outside, you've got the fireplace crackling. Here in Sydney, in Australia, it's nice and warm. We often go to the beach, we have barbecues for Christmas. It's quite different, it's pretty cool. Tell you what, I like it. In fact, I love it. But I'll tell you what I love better. This one. This is it. She's a beauty. I reckon this is it, kids. Now it's time to get to work. Let me grab some tools, because we can't just pick it up and take it with us. We've got to cut it down first. I think I've got just the right thing. I'll be back. Oh, was it this? Was it this one? No, this one. So kids, I've got my trusty supply of Christmas tree cutting down tools. You need the perfect tool for the job. A shovel, a spade to dig it out. Not sure that's going to do the trick. This one looks like it could be a good tool. This one. Is that what we need? Like a little hoe? No. That's not the right ho for Christmas. What else do we have? Oh, this one. I love this tool. Does anyone know what that one's called? That's a trowel for smoothing out concrete. This is not the tool for the job. Not what we need. This one's good. This one's, it's called a chisel. Definitely not going to help us cut down a Christmas tree. What else have we got in here? I think we're getting close here. Look. Look at these big garden clippers. It's probably good for shaping the Christmas tree, but I don't think it's going to get through that big trunk down there. What about this guy? That's a good one. It's a cut above. That's for thicker branches. Definitely would work for the thicker branches, but that down the bottom is not just a branch, it's a trunk. It's huge. I think we're going backwards here. That's no good. That's a little pair of garden shears or secateurs. Not quite what we need. Oh, here we go. Scissors. Yeah, well, anytime you need to cut something, scissors are good, right? No, no, that's silly. That's not going to work. Got a sharp blade on it, but nah, it's not good. Oh, now we're getting closer. This one's good. But we're going to plug it out here. No, not the right tool for the job. Now this would definitely work. What do you reckon? A handsaw. All right, kids, so out of all of my gardening tools, I think I've found a good one that's going to get us started. I think this is going to do the job. As always, kids, safety first. It's not going to be loud, so I don't need the earmuffs. Let's protect the eyes. Let's get the gloves on to protect the hands. And let's start cutting. All right, let's do it. It's hot and tough work, and I think if I had all day, I could probably get the job done with this handsaw. But kids, you know what I love. You know what's going to do this job nice and quick? I think you might. Willie! Bring in the big guns. All right, kids, now we're in business. I've got my favourite gardening tool here, which I only bring out for the big jobs. But of course, as always, safety first, especially when you're using a chainsaw, and it's not a job for kids. This is for the grown-ups, big kids like Ozzy. Safety on. Alrighty. All right, kids, here we go. Timber! And just like that, kids, our Christmas tree is down. Safety gear can come off now. And let's check her out. Oh, look at that, beautiful cut straight through their bottom there. And she's ready to come home with Ozzy so we can start decorating. Woo! How exciting. All right, kids, now take me tree, I'm going home. Oh, g'day kids, it's Ozzy here, and you're just in time. Been a busy morning out there selecting this specific tree from Willie's Christmas tree farm. We chopped it down, we brought it home. Now it's time to set it up, but we need to stand it up. So thank you very much for arriving at the right time. You're gonna help me, ready? Right, on three, lifting without knees. 1, 2, 3, go kids, go, that's it, go, lift, lift. All right, tree is in place. Needs some decorations, but let's bring a bit of Christmas cheer. Ozzy needs a Christmas hat. Now I'm feeling Christmassy. And I can't decorate this tree all by myself. I mean, I could. It's not going to be very fun, is it? Bring in the kids! Woo! Welcome, guys. Thank you very much. Who's ready to decorate the Christmas tree? Let's go. That's looking awesome, kids. How fun is decorating a Christmas tree? Who's excited for Christmas? Me! Yeah, so am I. I'm gonna get the lights. kiddos, the lights are on. How are we looking?
Right.
I'll tell you what's looking really good, kids. From about here down. But what's happening to the top? There's none there. That's why we need the big kids, the adults, the grown-ups, all the tall kids out there to reach the top section. So I'm going to do this top section. I'm also going to spread some of these out. So when they're sitting really close, we want to make sure that they're all over the tree. So spread some of those out. What do you reckon? I tell you what, kids, you've done an amazing job. This tree is looking pretty special. What do you think? Do you love it?
Yes.
There's one more thing that we need to do. Something's missing. What usually goes on the very top of the Christmas tree?
Stop.
A star. Has anybody got a star that I can put on? Ollie, thank you so much. That is a beautiful star. I'm going to stand on this stool, go all the way to the top. Put that star right up here. There you go, the star is on. Now there is one more thing to do. Remember I wrapped the lights around it before? Let's turn the lights on and check it out. So you can see the Christmas lights there. They're flashing. They look amazing, but they're going to look even better when it's dark. Let's hit the lights. Look at that. That is beautiful. Hit those lights again. Nice. So I hope everyone here and everyone at home and all around the world is super excited for Christmas. I know I am. I can't wait to see this bottom of the tree start to fill up with Christmas presents over December, and on Christmas Day, wake up and come and unwrap presents, but most importantly, giving presents to our friends, family and loved ones, because there's nothing better than giving at Christmas time. Kids, have a great Christmas here and at home. We'll see you on another brand new episode of Aussie this weekend. Until then, stay keen and Merry Christmas. If you haven't already, make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the new and exciting videos that we put out. Speaking of new and exciting, if there's a video that you'd love to see Aussie do, make sure you send us a message on our socials, on Facebook or Instagram at Aussie for Kids. We'll see you again soon, kids. And until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Aussie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Aussie, 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 oi! Aussie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day, Aussie. G'day, Aussie. G'day, Aussie. G'day, Aussie. G'day, Aussie.
Of course, guess who's inside? It's the big jolly fella himself. Let's go and see Santa. kids, so we're inside the high tea room, and look who that is over there. That is Santa. How lucky are we? And we get the chance to have morning high tea with Santa, and then we're going to get the opportunity to go over and sit with Santa and ask him all sorts of questions that I'm sure you kids at home would love to know the answer to. I certainly would love to know, and I'm certainly very, very excited to meet the big guy. So come on, let's get into it. Now, just before we get started on today's episode, kids, let me just remind you about our merch items available on our website, like our mini Aussie hat made just for kids' heads. One of my favourites, Aussie socks, with a nice little message reminding you to always stay keen. You can get yourself a sweatband, just like Aussie's, but even cooler, with Aussie's logo. Or a mini replica Aussie tee made just for you kids. Or, brand new to our website, is our personalised video message made just for you from Aussie. Right now available on our website, aussieforkids.com.
Aussie, 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 oi. Aussie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of mine.
G'day Aussie. G'day Aussie. G'day Aussie. G'day Aussie.
G'day kids, Aussie here. Merry Christmas. Yep, it's that time again. The best time of the year. It's Christmas time. Now, I love Christmas. It's my favourite time of the year, and we have a very exciting episode for you today. We're even going to visit a very special person. He's big, he's jolly, and he usually wears a big red suit. Can you guess who that might be? That's right, kids, you guessed it. It's Santa Claus. The QVB is home to the largest indoor Christmas tree in the whole of Australia. How cool is that? Now, we've been lucky enough to be invited along to have morning tea with Santa and have a tour of the big Christmas tree. This is going to be extra special and super exciting, and we think you're going to love it, and the grown-ups too, because Christmas isn't just for the kids, it's for the big kids too. So come on, families, let's go and visit Santa. So kids, how exciting is this? I'm sitting here with Santa.
It's me!
It is
How
you.
are you?
I'm fantastic, especially now that I get to sit here and have a high tea with you. I'm so lucky. Thank you so much for inviting us
Are
here.
you lucky or am I lucky?
I think
because I get to see everybody.
That's fantastic. And it looks like you saw a lot of people this morning. You're pretty busy.
I'm always busy. But
Yeah.
that's what my life is like.
Absolutely, Santa.
You know, we've got to keep working, we've got to keep seeing boys and girls, and we just got to keep busy.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of busy, it's been a bit of a crazy year this year, hasn't it, Santa?
Oh, it has been. Did you know I had to build some extra buildings in Santa's village so that the elves could keep making toys with being distancing.
Social distancing.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So we built some more big sheds for them.
Yeah.
So there's all room for all the elves to keep working and keep making toys.
Awesome. I wondered how you did that. I wondered if all the elves kept their jobs or if some of them went
Oh,
to
they do. They do.
JobKeeper or something.
Yeah,
No, they all
yeah.
kept their jobs because the toys need to be made, don't they?
Toys need to be made.
Yeah.
Mrs. Claus' ovens still need to be going.
Absolutely.
Because she's got so many cookies to make.
No doubt.
She does.
Absolutely.
But do you know, she's playing tricks on Santa sometimes.
Oh, what's she doing?
She gave me some cookies the other day. I went in, working hard, looking at the elves. And I said, those cookies, Mrs. Claus. She said, yep, nice fresh ones for you, Santa. And I said, there's some green things in them. And she says, they're your vegetable cookies, Santa. You've got to eat your vegetables.
Of course, kids. We have to eat our vegetables and so does
I
Santa.
wasn't allowed to have any of my other cookies until I did.
Of course. Well, that's the rules at home too, isn't it, kids?
Got to eat it.
Eat your veggies and then you get your treats.
But you know who else loves their veggies?
Who else loves their veggies?
Especially carrots.
Oh, your reindeers.
Reindeers.
Of course.
And you've got to make sure you leave out carrots for the reindeers on Christmas Eve, because you know what the reindeers do? They nibble my cookies if there's not enough carrots.
Well, that's not fair. The cookies are for Santa.
That's right.
The carrots are for the reindeers.
Exactly.
Awesome. Now, speaking of reindeers, where are your reindeers today?
Well, I had to send them back to the North Pole
Okay.
because it's quite warm out there.
It is warm.
And I said to them, I said, right, now you go straight back to the North Pole and I'll call them when I'm ready to go home.
Okay.
Do you know how I call the reindeers?
How do
they
you
know
call the
when I'm
reindeer?
ready to go?
No, I don't.
I have a special reindeer whistle.
Wow.
Now, only reindeers can hear it. And when I'm ready to go, I blow the whistle.
Wow.
And they come back and get me.
You're joking.
I know. But I've got a feeling that those reindeers didn't go home. They went and visited their friends at Taronga Zoo.
Oh, I bet they would. They'd love Taronga Zoo, wouldn't
They
they?
have so much fun over there with all their friends.
I bet they would.
Yeah.
Now, Santa, speaking of these amazing reindeers and the busy schedule that you keep, certainly on Christmas Eve, I've got a question that I know the kids would love to know the answer to. How do you get to every single house all around the world in one night?
Well, we don't have normal watches or clocks.
Oh.
We work on North Pole time.
Ah.
So, for each hour you have here, that's only like a couple of minutes for us.
You're joking.
So that gives us time, and then of course we cross a couple of time zones.
Of course.
Which puts us back a day and things like that, as long as we go the right way.
Yeah.
And that's how we do.
Oh, very
Because
good.
it's special North Pole time.
Well, I never knew. Now I do.
Now you
And
do.
now all the kids know at home too.
They do.
Fantastic. Now, speaking of all these different time zones and all these different countries, I think that, does that mean you can speak all these different languages in the world?
All part of the Santa magic.
Unbelievable. You're a very talented
Can't
person.
remember it all.
Right.
But sometimes I've got a little bit of Santa magic dust.
Yeah.
And that just, it refreshes my memory, and there I am.
And it just happens.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And I might be in Europe and it's Papa Noel. You know, what? And but in Australia, I'm Santa Claus.
Of course. Oh, I like it. Fantastic. Now, is it true that you can do sign language as well?
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
You know, it's Christmas.
Ah,
Make sure you're good. Oh,
amazing.
checking my list.
Ah,
And I'm checking it twice.
that's amazing. Santa, you are super talented.
I do try.
Very good.
But I have been around for a very long time, so I've got to be talented.
Speaking of being around for a long time, you always seem to look the same. Do you just never age?
Well, sometimes.
Or do you work hard in the gym, Santa?
No.
Oh,
Can't work hard in the gym.
well, you need to work
got a
off those
belly.
cookies.
Well, that's right, but I've got to keep the belly.
Of course.
Because if I do ho ho ho, if I go ho 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 without you holding the belly, it doesn't work out right. So it's like ho ho ho. But when it's used the belly, it's ho ho ho.
Wow.
See, you've got to use the belly.
That's amazing. That really sounds like a real ho 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 from Santa.
That's what it is.
So, just on that, I see a lot of Santas in all different shopping centres.
I've got a lot of helpers. There's a lot of helpers out there.
Okay.
Because I can't be everywhere.
Of course you can.
But they're out there, and I hope they're doing a good job. Are they doing a good job?
I think they are, from the ones I've seen.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because you know what they do at the end of the day?
What do they
You
do?
know what they do? They email me the naughty and nice list.
Of course they
They
do.
email it to Santa.
Of
Who would
course.
think it?
Email, well, it wouldn't have been email back in the day, would it? It would have been a letter.
It was a letter.
Yeah, a big long
it would
list.
take a long time to get there, and they'd be writing it out. But now it's an email.
Oh, it's instant.
It is.
It's fantastic. So, Santa, with all the requests from all the kids you've seen so far, what's the most popular toy this year?
Well, depends. Of course, you have all the phones and the PlayStations and all the electronic stuff. But, you know, one of the funniest things is gotta go flamingo.
Where? What's that?
It's a flamingo that talks
Wow.
and it sits on a toilet and poops. It's gotta go flamingo. Never say such a thing.
Oh, wow, that is interesting. How do you even make that?
Well, it's secret of the elves. They
Of
don't.
course it is.
Those tricky elves. They don't always tell Santa everything.
No, well, look, you can't know everything, Santa.
And they do like to play tricks on me as well.
I bet they do.
They do. They'll say, Santa, come and try this scooter. And I'll say, oh, I don't think so. Or try this skateboard. Oh, I don't think that's so. But I try anyway because I've got to make sure that everything works.
Yeah.
I'll get on, and what do you think happens? Plop, fall off.
Oh, no, Santa.
And the elves just laugh.
Oh,
They laugh
no.
at Santa. I have to call Mrs. Claus to come and pick me up.
Oh, Mrs. Claus has always got your back, Santa.
She's good.
Brilliant. Now, when you go off on Christmas Eve Does Mrs. Claus pack you a little goodie bag?
Oh, of course.
I bet she does.
Not a little goodie bag. I got a nice sized goodie bag
Oh, I
that I
bet.
can keep going because sometimes when I'm going over oceans, it's a long time
Yeah.
between milk and cookies.
It is.
So, you know, when I'm flying over the sea and over the oceans and everything else, I've got to make sure that I've got supplies. And not only me, the reindeers have got to have their carrots too for those long jumps.
I bet they do. So that big sleigh that you ride around in, how do you fit all the toys in that?
Well, that's also part of the Santa magic.
Wow.
See, because it can be really big.
Yes.
But when you press the certain magic button,
Yeah.
it shrinks down.
Wow.
So
Amazing.
we press the button to make it really big, and then we fit everything in. Press the button, and it shrinks down. Because if we had a really big sleigh on top of your roof,
Yeah. Squash your house.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So all part of the
It's all magic. And so that's how you fit all the toys in the sack.
They do.
Same
All
magic.
shrink.
Amazing.
Just like me when I go down some of those chimneys.
Yes.
Some of the skinny chimneys. Oh my goodness.
Well, it doesn't. How do you fit?
Well,
Magic.
I'm pleased you asked because
Oh, good.
what I have, now I haven't told everybody this, is I also have my magic key.
Wow.
Now what happens is I go to a door here and I've got SC, because that's me.
Santa Claus.
Yeah, and it's got a map of the world here.
Beautiful.
And it's got the Christmas star.
Okay.
And I go to the door and I go 3 times.
3 times.
If everybody's asleep, I can come in and leave presents.
Wow. So you don't actually need to go through the chimney.
But if somebody's awake,
Oh, off you go. Yeah. Okay. On to the next house.
I know.
Yeah. And you don't have time to come back, right?
Very important that you've got to sleep.
Got to sleep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I was going to ask because there's not so many chimneys in a lot of houses around Australia, but now I know the answer.
Now we
It's with
know.
the magic key.
Exactly.
So-
And thank goodness, that's why Mrs. Claus put it on a string so I don't lose
Don't
it.
lose it. Of course, Santa, because, you know, us blokes, we tend to lose things from time to time, don't we?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Now, Santa, what do you do with yourself for the rest of the year when you're not, you know, sitting in places like the QVB or you sleep? Yeah, be a lot of time to
Got to
recover.
catch up on a lot of sleep.
You do, I bet.
And there's also cleaning up after all the Christmas packaging and the toys and everything else.
Yep.
And then it's getting ready, getting all the supplies in, ready to start on the new toys.
I bet.
But there's also a lot of research to do too.
Okay.
I've got to make sure, see what's happening, what's new, and what the toys have got to make.
Yes.
And I'm also, sometimes, have you seen me out in the street?
Well-
And I'm actually not wearing this.
Yeah.
I'm just in normal clothes.
When you're just in your normal gear.
Clothes.
Yes.
That's when I'm doing a lot of research because that's when I'm the naughty and nice inspector. And
Wow.
I'm watching who's naughty and nice.
You're always watching.
So I'm always watching, and those elves are watching, especially
course.
those elves on the shelf.
Of course they are.
Touch them, you know.
No.
Can't touch those elves on the shelf because they lose their magic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So sometimes you might see me in the street and you think, oh, I know that man, especially with a big beard.
Yeah.
But I'm watching,
Absolutely.
taking all these notes.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Do you
Santa's
know
always.
which list
Yes.
is bigger?
The nice list, hopefully. That's good to hear, Santa.
So it's the nice list.
Yeah,
It's the
that's
biggest
good to
list.
hear. And if people are on the naughty list, there's still a chance to get onto the nice
There
list,
he
isn't it?
Yes, they
Yeah.
just got to pick up the game,
Yep.
do some good things,
Yep.
listen to mum and dad, of course.
Yes, of course.
And there's a chance they can still get on the list.
That's good to hear, Santa. There's still time.
Still time.
All right, I just want to know one more question, Santa, because look, you work hard. I know that there's got to be some time for Santa to go on holidays. What's your favourite holiday destination? Is it Australia?
Well, sometimes it's good to come to Australia because Australia's got the best beaches.
It does.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Amazing.
It's got beautiful buildings with the amazing Queen Victoria Christmas tree. Have you seen that?
I haven't seen it yet,
That's my favourite Christmas
and
tree.
it's just right here.
It's right out there.
Well, Santa.
Huge. And it's got lots of sparkling crystals and everything on it.
Amazing.
Oh my ears. Yeah. But I haven't told you something.
What's that?
All Santa Clauses have this.
Of course. And what is
This
that?
on the end of the hat. Do you know why this is on the end of the hat?
Why is it?
Well, you know that pesky reindeer out the front?
Oh, Rudolph?
That's the one. Rudolph. Sometimes when we're going through outback in Australia, all the dust, or we're going through through snow and everything else, his nose gets dirty.
Oh, okay.
This is the nose polisher.
The Rudolph nose polisher.
Rudolph nose polisher.
Now it makes sense.
That's why you all see it on all the hats.
Amazing.
It's the Rudolph nose polisher.
I never knew what it was for. I thought it was just for decoration, but kids, it's the Rudolph nose polisher.
There you go.
All right, Santa. Now, I'm super excited by that big Christmas tree you've just told me about.
Make
And
sure
I
you
know,
go and see it.
I certainly will. I know you've got a lot of work to do today.
Lots of work.
I'm going to let you do your thing, Santa. Thank you so much for letting us join you for a high tea.
Oh, thank you so much for coming and seeing us here at the Queen Victoria Building.
Thanks very much. Kids,
I love it.
say bye, kids.
Bye.
Thanks, Santa. So kids, this is the Christmas tree that Santa told us to come and check out. It's the biggest indoor Christmas tree in the whole of Australia. It stands 24 metres tall and it spans over 3 stories of the QVB. That's 3 times bigger than a normal single-storey house. It's massive. It's decorated with 100,000 crystals, 65,000 flashing lights and 6,400 rosebuds. That's a lot of numbers, kids. All I know that is extremely impressive. And this is only the bottom. So let's get upstairs and check out the rest. So kids, we're halfway now. It's so big, it's so impressive, but check out all those flashing lights and those crystals. So awesome. Let's get up the top and check out the rest. Wow, it's still all the way up there. The very top is still so far up. It is a big tree and it is super impressive. It stands right here underneath the iconic dome of the QVB. Now it might look good through camera, but it looks so much better in real life. So if you can get along and check it out for yourself, I think you'll be pretty impressed. Oh, it's amazing. If you haven't already, make sure you get a grown-up to help you hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss out on any of the new and exciting videos that we put out. Speaking of new and exciting, if there's a video that you'd love to see Aussie do, make sure you send us a message on our socials, on Facebook or Instagram at Aussie for Kids. We'll see you again soon, kids. And until then, stay keen. Oh, and by the way, did you happen to find the hidden Aussie icon in that video? Yeah, make sure you look closely because they're in every single video. That's right. Stay keen, kids.
Aussie, 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 oi! Aussie is a friend of yours and he's a friend of